It begins with having a good map, because a good map helps you know where you are, where you're going, and how to get there. In fact, one of the big insights is that you must use a different approach at different stages of your business's growth. So one of the most empowering frameworks that people in the Conscious Business Coalition have been using is this idea of business stages of small business growth. So here's a quick overview. The incubation stage is the idea stage. It's the time it takes to develop the idea. And if you're in the incubation stage, if you haven't kind of officially started your business or your venture, that's totally fine. There's a lot of tools and a lot of ways that you can benefit from the Conscious Business Coalition. Now, once you actually do move into the startup phase, this is the time that it takes to get your business safely off the ground. And of course, it's represented by the squiggly line here. It is challenging in all kinds of ways, and there are some very specific strategies and tactics and tools that are necessary to achieve this stage successfully. Once you get through the startup stage, you move into the stable stage. I sometimes call this the plateau. This is a very important stage to really solidify and strengthen your foundation and assess any damage that was a result of moving through that exciting startup stage, and prepare before you really move into the next stage. It's very important that you assess your organizational capabilities. Do you have the right people on the bus in the right seats, as Jim Collins would say? Do you have all the resources that you need? Are the different functions of your business functioning properly? And so that's super important to establish that. And some people try to skip this stable stage and go straight into the growth stage, and that is a very dangerous thing to do. Now, the other side of the coin is we have a lot of folks in the coalition, small boutique businesses, consultancies, coaches, and just all kinds of different businesses that got their business off the ground and they stabilized, but they just kind of got stuck here on the plateau. They never really tuned their marketing or the aspects of their business that allow them to grow, which we'll talk about later. They never really tuned that and got it to the point that it could really move into a growth stage. So a lot of people are kind of just stuck. They make a decent living. They're able to maintain their business. It's sustainable at the current stage, but again, it's not really growing. So you don't have the resources that you would like to have the positive impact that you would like to have, and so on. After the stable stage comes the growth stage, and the growth stage is prosperous. Your sales and marketing is functioning. You have more customers. You're helping more people. Your revenues are growing, and so there's a certain level of prosperity. With those additional resources comes a lot of options and choices to hire your friends, to work with other organizations, and to do some really great things. It is exciting, but it's also very, very messy. Our goal here in the Conscious Business Coalition is to help people go successfully from incubation to startup to stable, and then get into the growth stage and be successful and sustainable in the growth stage, and not merely grow for growth's sake, but actually determine how fast you want to grow and in what way that you would like to grow, and really do that in a way that works for you, so that you do it in a very conscious and conscientious way and deliberate way. Now, you may already have a sense of which stage that you're at. It's somewhat intuitive, but we also do offer a small business stage assessment. It's in the toolkit available for download, and I encourage you to go through that, because what you may find that for the most part your business is in the stable stage, but there's some aspect of your business, one dimension that is kind of still in the startup phase. You might have a little bit of arrested development in one or two areas of your business, and that can really hold us back. So this small business stage assessment will help you identify those. Now you can develop what we call a growth roadmap. So in the toolkit, you will be able to look at the growth factors for that stage. So you'll look very closely at the strategies that represent the approaches you're choosing to take to achieve your purpose and long-term vision. as well as your specific goals this year. You'll look at your milestones that your business needs to complete at this stage as a prerequisite for moving to the next stage. You'll explore accelerators, the tactics that work well at that stage to grow your organizational capacity and your results more quickly. And you will make sure to be aware of the road hazards, the most common problems that businesses encounter at that stage that you're going to want to avoid. So I'm just showing you the example here. Again, it's in the download. If you're in the incubation stage, here are the strategies, milestones, accelerators, and road hazards. If you are in the startup stage, once again, here are your strategies, milestones, accelerators, and road hazards. So you'll want to study these very carefully and select the ones that make the most sense in your situation that you're going to implement. If you're in the stable stage, you'll find, again, strategies, milestones, accelerators, and road hazards in the toolkit. And then finally, if you've already moved into the growth stage, then here are the strategies that will likely serve you best, the developmental milestones that you must achieve, things that can further accelerate growth, and the common mistakes to avoid in terms of road hazards. There's also a signal light analysis tool, and this is a really handy, quick way to help you evaluate, those areas that you can move ahead confidently, as well as those areas that you should proceed with caution. And finally, in what ways are you stopped or do you feel stuck and you need help with? So all of these tools are ways to help you help yourself, and it's ways for you to be prepared for, getting help from others, business coaches, colleagues, mentors, and so on.